Assalamu alaikum. Let's cook. Black military man Davon Larry, age 31, was sucker punched to death by a white man at a Coyote Ugly bar in Florida, and the killer walks free, acquitted. Now, people, this happened in the year 2023. It was a big story. I don't know if you remember in the headlines, it said MMA fighter kills man or MMA fighter punches man to death or whatever. I didn't cover it, but I did read about it at this time. Well, even though it happened in 2023, it just got resolved like this week, 2026, okay? This black man, his name was Davon Larry. He was in the Air Force. Condolences to his family. So he was at a Coyote Ugly bar or club in Panama City Beach, Florida. Now, he was there chilling out with some military friends. I don't know how many, but one of the people that he was with was his friend by the name of Malcolm David Santiago Ramos. Now, at this spot, this is a white boy spot, of course, and from the footage I seen, the only black person there that I seen on video was Davon Larry, the man who was killed. Now, Davon Larry's friend, Malcolm Santiago Ramos, was in a scuffle with some white dudes. I don't know what it was over. And the black man, Davon Larry, he goes to, stop it. He's breaking it up. He's being a peacemaker. Now, this started inside. He goes over, stop y'all, holds his friend back, peacemaker. He's on video doing this. This was inside. That's where it started at. Now, at some point, his friend, Malcolm Santiago Ramos, and these white boys started fighting outside again. They start fighting outside. Something is going on. So Davon Larry, the black man, he's inside. So he sees what's going on out there with his friend. He actually had a bottle in his hand. So he must have been inside. They're drinking. You can see him on video put the bottle down. He puts the bottle down and then he goes outside to go over there to stop his friend from fighting. He's going over there to be a peacemaker again in this situation. He's breaking it up. He's, holding his friend back like, come on, man, whatever. Now, understand that this black man, Davon Larry, is not violent. He's not fighting. He's not punching or kicking or kneeing. He's just being a peacemaker. Now, this dude here who you see in this picture is Ross Johnson. Now, Ross Johnson is 23 years of age, and he's the one in the headlines as an MMA fighter. He's an amateur MMA fighter. Actually, he tried to turn pro, but he got KO'd in his first fight. So he's an MMA fighter, but whatever. So as the black man, Davon Larry, is facing, these people trying to stop the fight and be a peacemaker, this guy, Ross Johnson, he comes over because these are his friends. He comes over and he sucker punches Davon Larry from the back. Lays him out. Destroyed him. Killed him with one punch. Knocked him out. I don't know if it came from the impact of him hitting his head on the ground or what. But he walks up behind when Davon Larry is talking, like trying to be a peacemaker, because these guys are his friends or whatever. Sucker punches him to death. After he punched him, he sent somebody a message on Snapchat saying, "I think I killed the guy." Then he left the scene, went to his hotel room. Now, they eventually arrested him based off of the camera footage that they had. Davon Larry, the black man, who was the only black man there, he passes away from this blow. Condolences to his family. Again, they arrest this dude, Ross Johnson, for manslaughter. Now, when this happened, in the reports that were out in the media, it was established by the police that Davon Larry, the black man who was killed, was not fighting. He was not swinging. He was not rumbling. He was being a peacemaker. So when people seen this, they were like, oh, this sleazeball, the white dude, he's going down for this. Even a lot of white people were saying this. He sucker punched him. He's going down for this. The guy wasn't even fighting. Nope, not at all. This is what you call white privilege. Trial was just like this past week, And Ross Johnson, the man who threw the punch, the sucker punch, that killed a man who was not fighting and being a peacemaker, he walks, goes home, not guilty, acquitted, hugging his mom on the video. Look, people, this situation right here is really messed up to me because Davon Larry, the black man, he's the only black man there, and he's being a peacemaker. And in my opinion, Ross Johnson is a coward for that. And then as a black person, when you see this happen, you're like, come on, man. Davon Larry is the only black person there in this white coyote ugly spot. He's not fighting and he gets killed. This dude made sure he sucker punched the black guy who was trying to be a peacemaker. And I really do believe that he was looking for a sucker punch because Davon Larry broke the situation up inside first. At first, they were inside. Davon Larry was being a peacemaker, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? This dude, Ross Johnson, who threw the sucker punch outside, he was there. He was inside too. He was on the camera. You could see him. He didn't have that animal mentality inside. He seen who was being a peacemaker and what was going on. He didn't start fighting with his friends inside. He didn't throw a punch. So if he was all that much of an animal thug and his brawler and his, whatever, he would have started fighting inside as soon as it popped with his boys. He would have been all the way in, hooking off. He didn't do that. He sat back and watched. He actually is on camera with his hands in his pocket. But when it went outside later and he seen an opportunity, the clear opportunity to throw a sucker punch at this black man, Davon Larry, from the back, he does it, blindsided and killed him. This is messed up, man. This is really messed up. But, as a black person, we're not safe in our own spots. We know that. Whereas young people, music and alcohol, we know when it's not safe. It can go down. Young people, music, alcohol, maybe even old people. And for the people who think that, oh, I'm going to go to the white people spot, it's safer here. I'm not saying Davon Larry was saying this. I don't know what kind of mindset he had. But it's for the people who think that you're safer. When you go to these all white spots, look at what happened here. It's not safer because the thing about it is when you're at these white spots and you're like the only black person or it's only a few of y'all, you behind enemy lines just because you're black. You're at Coyote Ugly, all white people. Out of all them white people there, how many of them white people, of them white dudes in there, young, drinking, are racist to the point where they want to be violent to a black person? I would say out of all the white dudes there, how many of them are racist to the point that they want to be violent to a black person? Not just racist, because I would say maybe about 85% of them are probably overt racist, but to the point that they want to be violent to a black person, at least half. These dudes are drinking. These dudes are on steroids. These dudes are upset. These dudes are keeping score of what's going on in the news and on social media. When they see black people celebrating things like Carmelo Anthony, his situation and everything, they look at that stuff. They get mad. They just wait for an opportunity. They keep score. And this is in Florida, so come on. Come on. It ain't cool in these spots with all these white people when you're black, man. And to be honest, if Davon Larry was there being violent with his mans, whatever the dude he was with, Santiago Ramos, and not being a peacemaker, I believe that he would be alive. Okay? I believe he would be alive if he was being violent. And that just goes to show, I wouldn't recommend, man, young black folks, young black men, young black women going to these type of places, man, with these white people thinking it's a better option, yo. Because if you do and something pops off, you better make a decision real quick. You better make a decision real quick. First, you better not be thinking that you're in a safe environment just because there's white people there. That's number one. You must be crazy if you think death metal music and steroids and alcohol and white people, oh, I'm safer. Okay, whatever. But if something pop off, you better do one or two things. You better run extremely fast. If you gotta run, man. I don't know the situation of who you there with, whatever. If you gotta run and save your life. You better get up out of there. or if you decide to stay around your buddies or whoever you with, and y'all together, y'all all don't decide to run out of there, or y'all say we're gonna stay, you better be fighting extremely hard and violent. This is for the young black people who, whatever you go to these spots or you want to hang out, I don't know what kind of environment you in at this point in your life. Maybe you in college, or I don't know, you're hanging out with co-workers. You better be fighting extremely hard and violent. I'm talking, you see Davon Larry, he had a bottle in his hand, and it shows him on video, put it down. He should have been busting that bottle on the side of the cement to get it real sharp and sticking that bottle in somebody's white face. You better be throwing chairs, bottles, hot sauce in people's eyes, whatever you got. Those little wooden sticks that got the kebabs on them, sticking them in somebody's face. You better be doing whatever you could do to get out of there, because these white dudes, they form real pale Voltron. And when they got liquor and they got a black person, they really do black people dirty. I'm talking kicking skin off your forehead. They let all their frustrations out, people. I'm telling you, man. This is what they do, because when they feel as though they got an advantage, they really, the same white guy who might have been somewhere else, quiet, saying, hey, buddy, being nice. In these type of situations with this kind of home field advantage, he may turn into a demon on a black person. It's 27 against 2. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to get up out of there, man. You shouldn't be there. This is a real messed up situation. Condolences to the family of Davon Larry, the only black man up in that spot, got sucker punched to death. In the white spot, this white dude walks. He goes home. And you know he bragging about it. You know the dude bragging about it, y'all. This is how they think. Yeah, I bodied him. I did. Y'all know he bragging about it. Anyway, people get in the comments easy.